Hi, and welcome to Condo Talk. I'm Andrea Delzato, here with Danielle Feidler, Tridel's Vice President of Customer Care, and we're going to talk about how to make the most out of your design and decor appointment.
Andrea, next to seeing your home for the very first time, this is definitely one of the most exciting appointments you'll have, and certainly the most creative.
And different home builders allow for different selections and ways to personalize your home. At Tridel, we look at three areas: your electrical and mechanical, the features and finishes that are included in your suite design, as well as opportunities to customize your home through personal selections, or what many call upgrades.
Each of these are important to consider based on how you're going to use your home. Electrical, for example, can be critical to the gourmet cook who needs extra outlets for those special appliances or task lighting in the kitchen.
You can also upgrade your cabinetry to allow for more storage or even add on another pantry.
Exactly. The included features and finishes are what's in your agreement of purchase and sale, and they are what we, your builder, have committed to providing. But there may be some areas where you have choices to make.
Yes, and that's one thing to note. The buyers are often required to make these choices years in advance, and what they choose may not actually be available at the time when we build.
So when there's an item that you've chosen and it's not available, we work with you to reselect from the currently available finishes.
And that's why it's really important to keep your contact information up to date, because if we do try to contact you about a change we have to make and you don't respond, we have to keep going. Because our construction schedule isn't just about one suite, it's about the whole building. So in that case, our professional designers will make a choice on your behalf, which is permitted by your agreement of purchase and sale. But we'd always, of course, rather have you, our customer, involved.
Of course, and Terrion has a substitution warranty that guides builders to ensure that homeowners get equal to or better than their original selections.
That's great. That's really extra peace of mind. It's really important to work with your builder during the decor appointment, and that when you make an appointment, you keep it. Okay, so let's talk about what to consider before you even get to your appointment. The first thing being, who's going to be living in the home?
Like how many adults, are there children, pets? Because you need to factor in the potential wear and tear of your finishes.
And also consider changes that lie ahead, such as retirement, university, or even the possibility that when you outgrow your condo, you may choose to rent it instead of selling.
Yeah, absolutely. So a tip on how to deal with that is to look at each of the rooms and decide what their primary use is. Some rooms could be great as a second bedroom or even as a home office.
And as our principal designer Stella likes to say, plan so that every room has more than one purpose. It's not how much space you have, it's what you do with it.
It's all about the planning.
It really is about the planning, and your design and decor appointment is 6 to 8 months, sometimes even a year before your closing date. Timing is one of those things that people get really confused about. Wonder, why is it necessary to pick my design and decor items so early?
Well, Andrea, that's because we need to get the customer selections well in advance so we can organize all the materials and trays that we need. Because remember those extra outlets for the gourmet cook? Well, they're built into concrete walls, and they can't be moved easily once they're in place.
Yeah. And the same would go for structural changes, like changing a bathtub to a shower stall. So another tip is to think about all the ways you may want to use your space down the road, and don't limit yourself later.
Yeah, but sometimes our customers change their minds, and that's okay. For example, they might want a matte backsplash instead of the glossy one they picked. Most small changes like this can be accommodated, but sometimes there's a small fee associated with that. And another thing we always wanted you to share with your decor representatives is any special interests or hobbies that you might have.
Right, like so if you have artwork that requires special task lighting, how much do you really want to entertain? And also, how much cleaning do you want to do?
That's definitely not one of my hobbies.
And that's exactly why you need to share that information with your decor representative so they can recommend low maintenance finishes.
But let's not forget that some of the people truly appreciate the natural beauty of some finishes like marble, granites, and exotic woods, even though they do require a lot of TLC.
And it's not just maintenance, Danielle. Your decor rep will consider a range of things when making recommendations for you, such as your tolerance for variations.
Right. Some of the natural materials show extreme variation, like veining in marble or grains in wood patterns.
Right. And there's a lot more control in some of the engineered finishes, such as quartz, porcelain, and laminate flooring. These are really high performance and, to be quite honest, just as beautiful.
Wow, this is a lot to think about. Let's break down the design and decor selection to make it easier for people.
Okay, one of the things we ask people to do is look around where they live now, and they'll start to see their favorite colors, themes, textures, and we call that discovering your style.
Great idea, Andrea, and I'm sure it also helps out the decor representatives if you bring in some pictures or pages from your favorite fashion or lifestyle magazines. The more you share with them, the better.
And Tridel's Home Plus magazine has a ton of information, and that's mailed about 2 months before your appointment. It's also a great place to find things you like.
Our professional interior design teams also created Pinterest boards that feature a range of design ideas in general, and some specifically for each community.
And if you don't have time to do any homework before the appointment, We typically create 3 or 4 designer collections for each community. That helps you discover your personal style as well.
And some people don't even look at anything else and choose their entire home from one of those collections.
Everything except for their upgrades, of course.
Yeah, there's a personal selections guide that includes pricing for our most popular upgrades, so you can plan ahead and pick what's best for your budget. But if it's not in there, we also do custom pricing, so just ask.
So that's something many people wonder. Should they hire an interior professional designer to help with these choices? We find that in most cases it's not necessary because our trained decor representatives are really there to help you.
But it's a good option if you have a lot of planned customization. We'd actually recommend it.
And either way, we do prefer to have you there as well, because choosing your design and decor is an exciting time. You get to be creative, discover what you like, and personally plan your space. Our advice always is keep it simple. And remember, if you don't know where to start, look in your closet.
And it's not how much space you have, it's what you do with it.
And that's all for now. I'm Andrea.
And I'm Danielle.
And thanks for joining us for Condo Talk with Tridel.